All right. So, Johanna, tell me, we've been known each other for a long time, right? A long time. And I know I've been trying to convince you to learn how to maintain your lymphatic system. And I showed you different things along the way, which I know made a difference. But tell us your experience, why you were looking for lymphatic work, how it has helped you over the past few years. And then we'll even talk about my distance lymphatic healing sessions, and how has it made a difference in your family's life, understanding the lymphatic system?
It was funny how I heard about you. A man was working on my flood irrigation system, and he said that he got on some blood pressure medicine or something, and it had caused this swelling in his legs. And he only took it for 2 or 3 days, but his legs, the swelling just would not go down. He knew to stop taking it, but he couldn't get the swelling to go down. And he said, and I got the number for this guy, and you just wouldn't believe this guy. You ought to go see him. And I'm like, well, I don't have any swelling. He said, but you got to see this guy. He just really insisted. And I love this guy. I'd known him for 30 years, so I called you up. And anyway, yeah, I don't even remember the question now. It was kind of
Basically, I know you were going through some difficulty and you've had surgeries that I've helped you through.
that hospital that I got a tummy tuck, and that my lymph flow just didn't restore. I was cut hip to hip. And so the itching sometimes, like, it was okay during the day. I was up moving around. There was enough to distract me, but I would lay down and get ready to go to bed at night and think there's no way I'm going to be able to sleep like this. I just want to dig a hole right around both hips. I'm just going to go crazy if I don't.
And we actually, learning how to open up those areas. I know I've helped you many times, but we've showed you how to open up your abdomen and how to open up the inguinal areas. And in our course that you just signed up for, right? Something that can make a difference in most people's lives. It's our first time doing a low course, $67, right? Most of the
Yeah.
time it goes a little bit more. But how was that? You were on there. It's similar to this. We actually get together in the group and we learn some basic techniques from maintaining the upper body. How was that?
That was great for me, because even though I bought the whole course, I didn't want to do it on my own time. I had to have a specific time that I knew you were going to be there and you were going to know if I wasn't there. And yeah, that was awesome. I'm really glad I took advantage of that.
Right. It's also being part of a group, right? In my older courses, it was like we weren't doing everything in sync. Now everybody's doing everything together, right? We're all going through, we're learning the same things, we're eating the same, we're trying to clean up our bodies over a 4-week period, and it makes a great difference. Now, you have kids. How do you feel this has helped your kids? Unless you have something else to say.
No, I mean, yes, there was the appendix, the appendicitis, man. I went down with appendicitis one time, and I remember emailing your wife and saying, I don't know what John is up to today, but I am in real trouble. The doctor wants me to go to the hospital. She thinks I need to have my appendix removed. And I know you kept me out of the emergency room that day.
Yeah, we did a remote lymphatic healing session.
Before I even got off the phone with you.
What happened? Say that again?
That the pain stopped. That appendicitis pain stopped before the session was even over. It was just debilitating, and I was going from the hot bath, back to bed, back to the hot bath, back to bed. I'd been doing that for almost 2 days. And when I realized it was appendicitis, I emailed Eileen and said, I think John can help me with this.
And we did, and I love it. Now, basically, our sessions, and you travel a lot. You live in different parts of the country at times, or were for a period of time, and we were able to help you wherever you lived, right?
It was amazing. That it was right about the time you started offering the distance work. I think you could do it, but you weren't really offering it to people. But God, that time when I was in jail on the DUI, I had, they were feeding us bad food, and I was stuck in a cell, so I couldn't really, there was no movement, there was no fresh air, there was no sunshine, there was nothing that would have kept me healthy. And I remember the same thing. I called a friend, call my friend. I'm like, you got to get a hold of John and see if he can work on me. I didn't even have you on the phone. I couldn't hear your voice. And I would know that you got the message because the itching would just stop like magic. The hips would just stop itching.
Right. When the lymphatic system is not flowing, we build up with inflammation. That can make appendicitis. That can make gallbladder attacks. That could affect your kidneys. It's really about getting the system to flow, and then we do much better. I have a question for you. If anybody was interested in getting their health, do you think they should learn about the lymphatic system?
It is absolutely the single best thing that I have done for myself.
And you've done a lot of things. You're very
I
proactive in your
in my
health.
life, I really did,
Yeah,
but
you want to live
understand
a long time like me.
it's a great way to get out from under, things were really spiraling there.
Right. And now, and basically, we teach you a lifestyle, right? I know you're eating a lot healthier. You've been on that track for a while. And it's just understanding that we're in control over our health. We fill with 500 million cells every day. And if we don't get rid of that waste with our lymphatic system, we have appendicitis, which is swelling of the appendix, right? Because the lymph system isn't be removing waste. And when we have surgeries, if you had many surgeries, they cut your lymph vessels and it makes a problem. So we all need to understand how to maintain our lymphatic system. And again, I'm glad you came on. Any
Yeah.
last words for someone who may be sitting on the fence?
Yeah, I tried to make you do it for me for a long time, but it's been really empowering to have that skill set. I'm glad that I followed through with it.
Right. It's nice to go see a therapist, but if we can maintain ourselves on a more regular basis, then we can keep up with that inflammation and we do much better. All
Yeah.
right. I
Thank
appreciate you, Johanna, for coming on tonight. I really do appreciate it. Say hello to the kids. All right. Bye.
Thanks, Doc.
But first, I'm going to bring on a guest. She has been a longtime client of mine, and I'm just going to bring her on.